Marbella with Him and Her are proud to be sponsored by the friendliest bar in San Pedro, the Hogan Stand. The place for amazing food, live music and sport, karaoke, quizzes, and a welcoming smile. Why would you want to go anywhere else? Check out their Instagram page at the Hogan Stand and at the Hogan Hackers for their golf society.
This podcast may contain adult themes and strong language. Hello and welcome to episode 89 of Marbella with Him and Her, brought to you by the Hogan Stand. He is...
Yes, I'm back, PJ Lopez. And she is, sorry. I think it's been a long time.
God. Hannah, it hasn't been any longer than it would normally be, pretty much.
But I sort of got in my head that I wasn't here.
I know. I cannot tell you, dear listener, how stressful the last 4 or 5 hours have been. PJ's been in the UK and I've had such a great weekend. Not because he wasn't here, of course. Don't look like that. But I've got so much done in the house, like all decluttering, got rid of all my summer stuff, put all my winter stuff away.
Does the decluttering include me?
No, definitely not. I've got rid of like 12 pairs of shoes that were falling apart. I've sold loads of things on Vinted. I've got really, really organised. It's been great. And then PJ had recorded a whole section of things from the UK for the podcast. We did our hellos and goodbyes together before you left for the UK. And I spent ages doing all the prep for doing the podcast on my own, which I knew wasn't going to be as good without PJ. But when I'd started recording the podcast, I'd done about 7 or 8 minutes and then my laptop just died. And I spent the best part of 3 hours trying to get it working again and couldn't.
It was an electrical problem.
Oh, it was so stressful. So basically, then I went to pick PJ up from the airport. We got home at like 9:45 this evening, and PJ, thankfully, his cable for his laptop that he had with him in the UK was the same size as mine, and it's charging the laptop.
So it's an electrical problem.
You say it like it's funny.
So my welcome when I got to the car was, for f***'s sake!
Oh, stop it. I didn't say that.
And that's like, nice to see you too.
Oh, don't. It wasn't that bad. Well, you can appreciate how unbelievably stressful that was when everything was going so well and I was so organised. When things like that happen that are out of your control.
I think what it proves is you need a man in your life.
I do. And I also need your laptop to be here.
So if my laptop was here, you wouldn't have given a damn about me.
I would have got it going with your cable. So have you had a nice time in the UK?
It's been cold and it's been lovely. And I've done lots of gardening.
You've been amazing. So you went back literally to do gardening for your stepdad. You're very good.
And to see him, obviously. But yes, the main thing was that he's not well enough really to get out and do the gardening himself. So the garden had gone quite sort of jungle-like. And I went over there and sorted it out. I've got green fingers.
You sent me your before and after pics. You did a great job. Yeah. We should hire you out.
I hate it. I really hate gardening. I can't tell you how much I do not enjoy it.
Really?
It's manual work. I'm not a manual worker.
No. So you don't want to be hired out?
No.
So I'll cancel the bookings.
Please do.
Okay, fair enough. Nikki was here with us for a few days, not staying with us, but here in Spain with us. So we had her over for dinner last Sunday night, and you made bolognese with pork mince, which you did a few weeks ago, which was lovely.
It's a new thing, isn't it? I know, again, I'm sorry. I really am sorry, all Italian listeners that might be listening that are probably throwing things and cursing right now. And how dare you use pork mince in a spaghetti bolognese? But we're quite enjoying it, aren't we?
Yeah, it was Lena.
Who's she?
No,
she didn't come for dinner.
The meat is Lena.
Well, I'm not sure it is because I think
you said it was.
I know, but beef mince is quite lean as well. But it's just nice.
Yeah, it is nice. And it was the first night of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. And I have to say, I'm loving Vogue Williams. She was one of the later people to go in. And because I've been listening to various podcasts that she does over the years, I feel like I know her. And bizarrely, it's come out this week that the word of the year, according to Cambridge Dictionary, is parasocial, which means having a one-side relationship with a celebrity or influencer, which is exactly this. So Vogue will do something and I'll be like, oh, that's so Vogue, as if I know her. But I don't. And obviously she doesn't have a clue who I am. So I have a parasocial relationship with Vogue Williams.
Do you think anybody does that about us?
People have kind of said. I bumped into Naomi today at the Adana Fair because we haven't seen her for years. I used to do Zumba with her and she also used to be in the choir many years ago. And I probably haven't seen her for at least 3 years, maybe. And I said, oh, it's so nice to see you. I haven't seen you in so long. And she said, I feel like I have seen you because I hear you and watch you and listen to you all the time, you know, on podcast and radio and Facebook and Instagram and stuff. So, yeah, it probably does happen. Not because we're celebrities or influencers, but because we are putting ourselves out there, so to speak.
Yeah, we like to put ourselves out.
Yeah, well, I've certainly been doing that the last few hours. Bootcamp Pilates on Monday. Nikki came as well as Amy, so there was 3 of us, which is really nice. And we've had a new teacher the last couple of weeks called India, and she's great.
Ugly, isn't she?
No, she's not. All right. She's gorgeous. Uh-huh. You hadn't noticed.
Did I not tell you I'm booked in for Bootcamp Pilates this Monday?
Yeah, right. It's really good. She kind of works the whole body. But I can honestly recommend Pilates, particularly the reformer Pilates on the machines for women over 40. It's a particularly good thing to do for women as we get older, to look after our bones and our muscles and our core strength and things. Really important.
Why is it only for women?
It's not. It's for both, but it's just kind of advertised that it is something that's particularly good for women over 40. But that also includes you.
I'm not a woman.
No, but you are over 40, so
Only
it could help you. It could help you as well. But then Monday afternoon, Tuesday morning, I woke up full of cold, and I've been fighting a cold all week. It's really, really annoying me now. It hasn't really properly left. I feel fine, but I'm still blowing my nose.
I was confined to the spare room again before I went to the UK.
Yeah. I don't think you need to be in the spare room now, though.
No, I think hopefully you're not contagious. I don't think I've caught anything while I've been away.
No, good. Wednesday night, Nikki and I went out for dinner and she wanted to go to Alfredo's, which fancied those filetitos that you get on the bed of chips with mushroom sauce. So we were like, oh, yeah, that sounds really good. So we went there and it was shut. And I was like, why would it be shut? But then La Fria is shut at the moment for a few weeks. And I think some restaurants shut this time of year.
It's something to do with how, it's all complicated, but it's all political and stuff about the employment law, what they can do, what they can get away with. So it's complicated. But
I thought it was just shutting before
No,
Christmas.
Hotels do the same things as well.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's some. I can't even get into it because I don't exactly know what it is, but they all do it.
Well, they don't all do it because lots of restaurants are still open.
No. All right, don't take me literally that all do it.
The reason why they're shut are for
a lot
the same
of the
reason.
traditional Spanish ones do it.
Okay, interesting. So instead we went next door to a different traditional Spanish restaurant called El Cantinero.
Which might have been shut last month, for all you know.
Okay, interesting. Oh, so it's not the same time of year necessarily?
Well, it's all around January, February and March, all around that time that they will
We're in November. January, February and March.
I mean, any time from now through to January, February, March as well.
Okay, so winter, spring.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I told you I didn't know what it was, but I know they all do it.
Okay. El Cantinero we went to, which is next door, and we had a fillet steak,
Did
which
they
was
sing
delicious.
to you?
They didn't sing to us, no, unfortunately. But very nice it was too. And pretty much next door, there's a kind of a gap between, but is the very famous Pub Charles, or was the very famous Pub Charles, which had been a real institution in San Pedro, been there 30, 40 years, I think, if not longer. I'm sure it's been there since the 80s.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay. Well, it is now being turned into an Asian supermarket.
Which seems to be the trend at the moment. There's lots and lots of these sort of new supermarkets that are international foods. Like, so the one that I went to last week, which we mentioned, my favourite one, Chen, that's everything, Chinese, Japanese, Thai, all that sort of thing. And now you've got this one. Yeah,
so I'm excited to see what it's going to look like. Shame about Pub Charles, but yay to the Asian supermarket.
Well, I mean, they used to give you popcorn. Do you remember?
Yes, I do. You always get popcorn with a drink. I interviewed a guy called J. Randy Taraborelli this week, who is a bit of an expert on the Kennedys. He's written quite a few best-selling books about the Kennedys. His most recent is about JFK. And I asked him, writing multiple books about the same family, is it difficult to find new revelations and new bits of information? And he said, well, I wouldn't publish a new book unless I had new stuff. And the stuff that he told me was unbelievable. He interviewed a woman called Janet, who was 102, and she was employed in the late 40s by JFK's parents, Joe and Rose, to live with them in their house and be Joe's lover.
Great idea.
I couldn't believe it. But Rose not only was okay...
When I'm saying that, I say I don't want her now. She's 102.
Oh yeah, you want Janet to come and live with us, do you?
No,
You want Janet to be your lover? 102-year-old Janet. Okay, you know what? I give you my blessing. It's okay. That's your hall pass. 102-year-old Janet. You've gone quiet now. So not only did Rose was okay about this, she endorsed it like it was absolutely fine. And when Janet left, having been there a few years, Rose sent her a letter to say, thank you for everything you've done for us. It was just bizarre. Also, he sort of confirmed that there is no evidence to suggest that JFK slept with Marilyn Monroe. He said...
Apart from all the evidence?
No, there is no evidence.
But didn't you interview somebody more recently that said there was evidence?
No, it was talking about the death of JFK and it was looking at, the death of Marilyn Monroe, and it looked at all the different people who had relationships with her or friends with her or whatever, so he was allegedly one of them. But it's all allegedly. There doesn't seem to be any proof.
No, anything that comes down to politicians is allegedly.
And he just said that he spoke to basically Marilyn Monroe's best friend for many, many years. And she said that she never mentioned it and there was never in her diary entries or something. Anyway, there was no proof at all that it happened. Various other things he said. But you should probably read the book if you want to go into it more. But it was fascinating. One of the things we spoke about on Women Talk this week, there was a Daily Mail article that I thought was unbelievably shocking. It was talking about Irish names. It mentioned the names Niamh and Saoirse in the headline, Niamh being spelt Niamh and Saoirse Saoirse. And it said that these two words or two names are the most searched names in Google in the UK in terms of people saying, how do I pronounce Niamh? How do I pronounce Saoirse? But then it said in the article, if you have friends that have got names like this, you're probably better off calling them mate.
You're joking?
No.
That is horrendously racist.
Yes, isn't it? I'm so shocked.
There's so many types of wrong, and the person that wrote that should be sacked. You shouldn't be writing that type of stuff. How dare they?
So we spoke about it on the panel, and we had a girl called Katie, we had Jan, we had Rosalind, and myself, Hannah. And I said, I'm assuming most of us, not many people will have got our names wrong over the years. And I said, but if somebody said, Kitty instead of Katie, or Hannah instead of Hannah, I think we'd probably say straight away, no, it's Hannah, or no, it's Katie. We'd correct them straight away. So it shouldn't be any difference for Irish names. I mean, they're beautiful names. It should be.
Yeah, and it's traditional. And I've loved learning about Irish names. I mean, we're very lucky to have a lot of Irish friends, some of which have names. They're not phonetically sounding. So, we've learned how to say them and everything. And they've taught us what the letters mean when they're put together like that. And I think it's fascinating. It's another language.
Yeah.
Irish is a language. It's the same as French, same as, we don't take the mickey out of people that have Spanish names and think, we'll just call them mate then because they're called Jose and we call them Jose, so we don't know how to say it. I think it's horrendous.
Yeah. So Aoife and Maeve are our friends who we've talked about on the pod many times before. And Aoife is spelled Aoife. And Maeve, obviously, there's various different ways you can spell Maeve, both in Irish and also
Maeve
in
Binchy
English
as well, which is spelled differently.
Yeah. Maeve Binchy is Maeve.
Yes.
And I think that's probably how we'd probably spell Maeve in English, isn't it? Or not?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, actually. Anyway, Almaeve is MEADHBH because the H and the B is like a V sound, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's lots of other names that have those letters together.
I brought this up on Women Talk, but obviously I didn't say who and in what circumstance, but you were there when somebody said to Aoife, "Oh, you're the one with the funny name."
Yes.
Which was just horrendous.
Yeah, and bless her,
bloody
Aoife
rude.
handled it very well, but it's insulting. And people sometimes just don't realise. I think this is a very, dare I say it, it's a very British thing. You know, that if it doesn't conform to British ways of doing things, then it must be wrong.
Which is a shocking attitude.
Yeah, but it is a very British attitude, unfortunately. And, you know, I've lived outside of the UK now probably nearly as long as I lived in it, or coming up to. And, you know, I've got away from that way of thinking. I think I'm a lot more continental in my thoughts and how I feel and how I live and everything I do. So, yeah, I'm not proud of that at all.
And also, you know, working on the radio, it comes up a lot for me because I have to read the news, and there's often pronunciations of either names, Spanish names, or places. And sometimes I'm not sure. You know, obviously I know what all the accents mean and things like that. So if the accent's over the A, you need to pronounce the A more. So Cadiz, the accent is on the A. People normally say Cadiz, but it's not. It's Cadiz because the accent's on the A. So, you know, there's lots of things I know about the Spanish language, but sometimes I'm not sure. So I always check with Mary Carmen at work or Vanessa, how do I pronounce that before saying it on the radio? I'm sure I do get things wrong sometimes. But I remember years ago reading the weather, people really had some beef with Ibiza because English people would say Ibiza, going to Ibiza, but it's Ibiza. So this is about 15 years ago or something, when we were doing the weather, we were all taught that, you know, you need to say Ibiza and not Ibiza.
You know, you'd think with AI now that the traffic things that you get, so you know, when we put on Waze or we put on Google Maps and the way they say something, you'd think these days they'd learn how to say it just through ChatGPT or something.
It's so bad. They need lessons on how to pronounce stuff. I can't think of an example now. Torremolinos or something. Like, it's just totally, totally wrong.
Yeah.
Whilst we're on a bit of a rant, I went into Calzedonia in San Pedro the other day. That's the shop in the high street. It's a chain in Spain.
Is it the one that's, I wish they all could be Calzedonia?
No, but I like Calzedonia girls. They do tights and leggings and socks and things like that. And they've got a big festive collection in there at the moment if you want some festive tights and stuff. But they've got a Black Friday sale on. Some items are 20%, some are 50% off, which is really good.
Tights? Have they got mince pies in?
No, but tights with like snowflakes and sparkles and things on, party wear, if you like.
Okay, carry on.
So I tried on these sort of fake leather trousers. I'm a bit of a fan. And when I went into the changing rooms, I noticed that the inside was thermal. So they're quite thick. And I thought, I mean, even though it's pretty cold in the winter, I thought they'd be too thick and I'd end up being really hot because some venues are quite warm inside and you don't want to be too warm. So I didn't think
Literally all I'm thinking of is Ross from Friends and talcum powder.
Well, it was kind of funnier than that. I put these trousers on, and do you remember that photo that came out about 6 months ago of Sam Smith standing on a red carpet and he had this black kind of bubble suit on?
Yes.
I feel like I looked a little bit like that. So the air was still in the trousers, like the trousers weren't tight around my legs, showing my beautiful shapely legs. They were just like full of air. I actually laughed out loud when I was looking in the mirror. Not flattering at all.
What happened if you broke wind in there? Would you get more air bubbles?
Yes, it would have just stayed there. I should have tried that. So I went from laughing to actually being really pissed off. In fact, the pissed off bit came before the laughing. Because the hangers that everything is on in the shop, when you go into the changing rooms, the hangers don't fit on the knobs that stick out, the hangers in the changing rooms. So you can't hang things up. And I was like, how ridiculous is this? Like, the guy who designed this, assuming it was a man, could have been a woman, of course, but I doubt it, had one job to look at the size or decide of the size of the hangers. I mean, they were kind of the same shape, but they didn't fit. And I was like, this is just... So I had to put the clothes on the floor.
So you saying, when it comes to knobs, size matters?
In this instant, yes. It was totally ridiculous. And it reminded me of bloody coffee cups where you can't put your finger in the hole.
Yeah. There's nothing worse than not being able to put your
Stop
finger in
it!
the hole.
I'm being serious. I mean, for someone designing a coffee cup, there's not many things to think about. Decent sized cup, attractive shape, and the hole that you can put your finger through so you can lift the cup up to your mouth.
Welcome to this week's rant.
Oh, come on, you must agree. Just absolutely ridiculous.
I do.
So stupid.
Holes and knobs. I can't get in with the rant because I haven't experienced it.
You must have had coffee where you can't put your finger.
Well, yeah, but I'm not sure I get that uptight about it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's something wrong with you as opposed to me.
You think?
Yeah, definitely. I had Guy Lloyd on earlier this week. He's the international sales manager for Penguin Random House. He comes on the book show with me every month to talk about books. And one of the things he mentioned I thought would be really, really interesting to mention for any of our male listeners out there, male listeners who are dads of sons, particularly. So it's quite a specific thing. So he was talking about the Liverpudlian actor Stephen Graham.
Yes.
Who we like.
Won some awards.
Yeah, he did Adolescence. And as a kind of spin-off of the success of Adolescence, he's compiling a really interesting book by the sounds of it, which I think is going to be called Letters to Our Sons. And there is a website, letterstoursons.co.uk, and he's asking men, fathers from all around the world to submit letters that they want to write to their sons, or that they would have written to their sons, or just a way of kind of saying, I love you, on the subject of what it means to be a man. And I thought that was such an interesting subject. You've got till early January to do it, so it's not very long. And they'll obviously pick the ones they want to pick and compile it into a book. So it's literally letters written from fathers to their sons, general advice. And I mean, all the information will be on the website. But I thought that was a really lovely thing. So the website is letterstoursons.co.uk if you want to do that. So you have some tips, TIPS, from being in Malaga Airport that you wanted to share.
Yes. So we've been bringing you lots of information about Malaga Airport recently from our news articles that we've been reading. And obviously the queues are the biggest thing. When you're going through passport control, so if you've entered the airport and you're flying out, if you're going to the UK, all flights will go from gate B or gate C. So once you've gone through the passport control, that's where you would go left to gate B or right to gate C. But they're not that far apart. They're literally 5-minute walk from each other.
Less than that.
Less than that. But what happens is a lot of people, they haven't really got much to do. I mean, if you've got shopping to do, you do your shopping. But a lot of people hang around the other side of passport control until they see their physical flight number. And then they all rush to passport control. And if you think about that, that could be like 200 people on your flight. So that's 200 people there. And then if there's another flight at a similar time, you've now got another 200 people suddenly joining you. So you could have 300 or 400 people trying to get through passport control at the same time. Whereas what I did is as soon as I got to the airport, I didn't have anything to do. I didn't need anything from the shops. So I went to passport control to see what the queues were like. And there were like 2 people. So I thought, well, I know there's a cafe on the other side, so I went straight through. So it took me 5 minutes to get through. I went around to gate B, and there's a Soho coffee place. So I got myself settled, had a coffee and a breakfast bun.
Which was much cheaper, you thought, than the other side.
Yes, and also that was the other thing, is that the coffee and the food seemed to be cheaper than it was on the other side. So not only are you through, and you don't have to now worry about passport control, you actually get cheaper food and drink. And then I just sat there until they said what gate letter came up. So I still didn't have the gate number, but they said it's going to be gate C. So I thought, okay. So I took a stroll around to gate C. And actually, as I was going through there was even more people at passport control than when I came through.
Because the gate had just been
Well, no,
announced.
that's the gate letter. So then people were going to try and do that as well. And you can imagine how much more there would have been when they call the actual gate number. So my tip is go through as soon as you can. And there's plenty of like cafes on the other side. There's also charging points. There's loads of seats. There's loads of places to chill out.
Toilets, obviously.
There's toilets. So you don't actually need to be on the other side of passport control. And then that way it sort of disperses the people going through. You're not all going through in one go.
That is a good tip. Another thing you noticed was when you landed in Gatwick, the amount of British flags, as in Union Jack flags that were up.
Yeah, it's only just around the airport. So it's sort of the airport plus about, 3 miles.
Could it not be a kind of welcome to Britain type
It could
thing?
well be, but it was just weird. It was just that every lamppost had a Union Jack on it, which was, I just felt it was a little bit strange. And We've said before that in Spain, in a roundabout, there's a big flag and that sort of thing. And quite often you'll see a Spanish flag flying from an apartment, for the people there. They're very Spanish and they like to show how patriotic they are. And I don't know, it just felt almost intimidating rather than welcoming. I don't know how to describe that.
It's funny, isn't it? Because when you told me the story, I was picturing the St George's Cross, the England flag, and that's where there's been a lot of backlash, saying that it's really like, we're English, get our country, that kind of attitude, the white supremacy thing, which is awful. But I sort of don't feel that so much looking at the Union Jack flag, because it's a lot more inclusive. It's not just England. And maybe that is, I don't know, less harsh
but
than the St George's flag,
I don't
which
mind
is stupid.
It.
I don't know why I think
it was just a few here and there, but it was on every single lamppost, which I just thought was over the top.
It's such a bizarre thing, flags, and I wonder whether some of our views, if not all of our views, come from the blooming British media, and we're blinkered by us reading that it's not a good thing to have your flags up, because in other countries we don't think that. We love seeing Spanish flags here.
Absolutely.
They have the American flag everywhere in America, and they're proud of it all. I mean, to be honest, I think that's a little over the top the way they do it, but not in a offensive way. Our friend Maria was talking about how they're proud of the Danish flag and they have them everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you should be proud of your flag. It's just, I think it's just what goes behind it. And unfortunately, I suppose it is the British press have made it into a thing.
That's a shame. It really is a shame, because I don't think it necessarily should be a bad thing, but it does make us feel a certain way for some reason. One of the things we wanted to mention, we now have a date for the San Pedro light switch on, the Christmas lights. It's this coming Friday, the 28th, from 6:30 p.m. It mentioned also that there's like a moon fairies parade from the church square, which goes round the streets of the town, ending up in Marques del Duero, which is the centre. So that sounds quite fun. There's a Christmas flash mob.
I'm excited about that. I like a good flash mob.
Yeah. That'll be really fun.
Yeah.
So the area to kind of stand to see the light switch on is around Sundays and MA, the other side, the bars in the centre, the 24-hour pharmacy, that whole pedestrian street, all that area is where the lights switch on. So some of it will be boarded up, so you'll only be able to go to certain areas, but I expect people will be getting there from, knowing some people, from about 5:30. But if you're wanting to go and spend a few hours there, you definitely need to book tables. We've booked a table, so that'll be fun.
And did you say Richard Gere's turning them on?
Not here, no. Murcia City, where we went to on the Costa Blanca area a few months ago, Richard Gere is turning on their Christmas lights in the Plaza Circular in Murcia, and that's also next Friday, so we can't go.
So who have we got in San Pedro?
I don't know. the Marbella mayor, probably. She did it last year, didn't she? So yes, no Hollywood stars, I'm afraid. Okay. But yeah, if you're near the Costa Blanca, you might want to go to Murcia to watch the Christmas lights switch on, because Richard bloody Gere will be doing it. That's exciting.
One half a pretty woman.
I know. The pretty bit, not the woman bit. And also, I think we mentioned this a few weeks ago. We might not have done. I might have just shared it on my social media. The Costa Christmas Collections. This is something that's organised by the Food Fairies, who do some great work. I think they set themselves up as a proper charity during COVID, helping the community with food, and particularly disadvantaged and orphaned children. There's various orphanages in Malaga, and they do fantastic work every Christmas trying to ensure that all these kids get presents, particularly teenage boys, for some reason, seem to go without presents, which is really sad. So what they ask, if you can buy a present for a child, wrap it up and put a label on it specifying the gender of the child, that it's very gender specific, isn't it? But, if it's a car or if it's a doll or whatever, to decide what you think, whether it's best for a boy or a girl, and the age appropriateness of the toy, and leave it at various drop-off points. The ones around Marbella are the Marbella British International School, the Harbour Restaurant, which is in the port in Marbella, Harry's Fish and Chips, which is in Nueva Andalusia. Then from San Pedro to Estepona, there's Baslama Restaurant, which is the Turkish restaurant that we went to in El Paraiso, Liam's Meats, which is Benavista, and then in San Pedro, Fabric Boutique and Urban Chai as well, and they need to be dropped off by Sunday the 7th of December. So that's a really lovely thing that you can do. And I'm going to be hosting a quiz next Saturday at Urban Chai, the last quiz of the year at Urban Chai, that is, on Saturday the 29th. So if you're coming to that, then you can bring your present there. If you want more information about the organisation, it's hadaskaradas.org. Is that how you'd say it? Hadaskaradas?
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know. Talking of quizzes, it was very weird doing the quiz night at Hogan's without you on Thursday.
Yeah, I don't like to miss a quiz.
No, I normally look over at you and get a encouraging smile.
Yeah.
Okay. But while you were away, I had some nice little breakfasts and things. I went to Roots in San Pedro, which
you had the time of your life while I was away.
which was in La Colonia, and I haven't been there for many, many years. The radio station used to be there, so I used to go there all the time for coffee. They've got a fantastic breakfast menu, you know. I had poached eggs and avocado on toast with bacon. It was delicious.
Yeah, that's one of your favourites. Avocado.
Yeah, love it. Literally my favourite. Dad and I met one of the days at Kukento, which is a Moroccan place, and we shared a veggie omelette, which was delicious. No, veggie, oh, for God's sake. Which had like spinach and mushroom and like a basil oil on it. Oh, it's really good. And I have to say, our cat Poppy has been so cuddly since you've been away, because she hasn't had you to cuddle up with. She's done it with me.
Yeah, but you said she's now behaving and she doesn't when I'm here.
It's weird. She hasn't wanted me to get up in the middle of the night and feed her. And you do it sometimes 3 times a night.
So I'm getting like, there's a vibe coming through from me going to the UK, which is the women in my life, which is my wife and my cat, seem to be much happier and better behaved when I'm not here.
It's weird, isn't it? Maybe you should go away more often. I'm joking. We missed you, but we've got a lot done and we're very happy. Apart from the laptop not working, that ruined
so you needed me for something.
I did, absolutely. I always will. On Saturday night, I went to Sheila's, was invited there for dinner with Sheila and Dad, and she cooked a delicious meal, coq au vin with mashed potato. It was gorgeous. So flavoursome. Really similar flavours to boeuf bourguignon, isn't it? Because it's like onion and...
It's essentially boeuf bourguignon, but with chicken.
Yeah, really good. Absolutely loved it. And we watched the Let's Goa documentary.
Yeah, well, that's brilliant.
And they loved that. If you want to see that, the documentary of my trip to India, if you just put into YouTube, Let's Goa, you'll find it there. It was, super to watch it again. And I cry every time I watch it.
Good.
Today I went to the Adana Christmas Fair, the first Christmas fair in November, and it was weird because it was very Christmassy. There were people and dogs dressed up and Santa hats and things.
Can I just say, I'm feeling very Christmassy at the moment, and I don't know why.
Oh, nice.
When I was away, one of the nights when I was trying to get to sleep and I couldn't sleep, I did a massive modern Christmas playlist.
I love
And then played it to myself while I was trying to sleep.
Ah. Yeah, it's good. I'm glad that you're Christmassy. Maybe that will help with all the Christmas presents I bought.
You weren't meant to buy any. You said ages ago.
I've cut down. I have cut down. I bought lots of stocking fillers for you and, just little bits. It was great. I took Aoife, Maeve and their mum, Adrian, so we all went together. It was nice. Girly Christmas fun. And the pie bar was there. You know, the place where I bought the pies home from in Estepona. They were there and they thought they'd run out of pies. And I was like, but there's pies underneath the thing. She said, no, we've got none left. And I went, well, what are those? She was like, oh my God, it's more pies. This lady's found more pies. She was very excited. So we all bought pies. Dad and Sheila bought pies as well. So I had that for my dinner. I heated it up in the oven. I put it on the grill for ages first.
Grill?
I know. I'm
you
not very
really
good.
Can't survive. I take it back. She can't survive without me. She's rubbish.
I did message you and say, how long should I cook the pie for?
Well, yeah, but I told you in a preheated oven, not under a grill.
I know. I'd never used the oven, so I just automatically turned it on grill and then realised after about 10 minutes, oh, that's the grill. So I turned it around.
You did put foil on it.
I did put foil on it.
Thankfully.
Yes.
Otherwise you would have destroyed it.
Yeah, I did put foil on it per your advice. It was really nice. I made a little bit of mash, put it through the ricer, used the ricer for the first time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Didn't break it?
No, I didn't break it. Did gravy, some bisto.
That's just putting hot water in some gravy,
yeah, I know.
isn't it?
Yeah, it was nice though. We have a little announcement. We have a new collab deal with the Euro Weekly News. We're really excited to welcome them on board with Marbella, with Him and Her.
Sorry, the Euro Weekly News deserves one of these.
Yes, they do. Thank you. The deal is, when we do the news articles at the end of the pod each week, we're going to be bringing you articles from the Euro Weekly News, which is brilliant. They're a great paper and they're on social media, so we can tag them every week, which is fantastic. You can follow them at Euro Weekly News, which is nice and easy to remember. And in exchange, they're going to be publicising an advert for Marbella with Him and Her each week in the paper, which is fantastic. And I think it's already out and we haven't seen it yet.
Wow, that's a really exciting move forward. So not only do we have our sponsors, the Hogan Stand, we now have a fantastic collaboration with the Euro Weekly News. This time next year, Rodney.
Yes, you never know. So what we would like you to do, our lovely listeners, is if you see our advert in the Euro Weekly News, pick up a copy of the paper, and if you can find our advert, please take a picture of it and then share it on Instagram, tagging Euro Weekly News and us, Radio Hannah and PJ Lopez One Marbella. I'd love to say there's like a massive prize. There isn't. I'll just share it. I tell you what we'll do. We'll share it and follow you back if we're not following you already, and say thank you very much to this wonderful person, blah, 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 blah.
Well, on Instagram now, we can reshare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've always been able to do that.
No, you haven't.
Really?
No. When you do that those little arrows now, it's sharing it, and then it puts your little photo on it so that they can see who's reshared it.
Okay. Oh, cool. So we'll do that. So we'd love if you can do that. As many of you as possible. Please, at least somebody do it. Otherwise it looks really crap.
I'll do it.
Okay. I wanted to mention a few articles from the Euro Weekly News. As soon as I clicked on it today, the headline came up: EES border control in Spain, Schengen entry guide for expats. And this is what we've been talking about. So if you want more information, if you have any questions on this, head to the Euro Weekly News, click on that, and then you'll find out.
It is very bizarre. Having just come through passport control on the way back, there are all these stunning, beautiful new machines with no entry signs on them. And then there's two people sitting behind passport control. It's just really weird.
It is really weird, isn't it? People aren't using them because people don't know whether they're supposed
not
to.
open.
Oh, they weren't open.
No, they were all had no entry signs on each one, so nobody. So you still had to go through
they were for me.
Yeah, they all had to go through passport control.
How bizarre. It also talked about a cold front returning, bringing rain and storms from next Wednesday the 26th to Thursday the 27th. It's called a power Arctic air mass. It's going to plunge the temperatures and the wind fill factor falling
Palm.
What?
Palm.
P-A-A-M. Palm. Okay, well, it sounds like P-A-L-M, doesn't quite work. Pam.
That's why I said palm.
Pam.
You sound retarded.
You can't say that. God's sake. There was another piece. This I thought was interesting. I thought I was going to have to talk about this on my own when I thought I was recording the pod on my own. But now we can talk about it together. The DGT is cracking down on horn use across Spain.
You are extremely horny.
I do use my horn a lot. So,
normally accompanied with a few expletives.
Don't make out I'm like a big road rage person. I'm not. Don't look shocked. I'm not. The various things that people use the horn for. So, for example, if you're sitting at traffic lights and you're behind another car and the lights turn green and the car in front doesn't move, it is illegal to beep your horn.
Right, so have you noted that one down? Because you do that a lot.
I know. I don't do it a lot. Also, you can't say hello to your mate if you're driving along and your mate's walking along. You can't beep your horn to get their attention, to wave at them. Also illegal.
You've also done that.
Also something that they do in Spain a lot. I've never done this, but I think it's kind of nice. If like Barcelona have been playing Real Madrid, you'll get cars driving around, beep, 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 you know, that are celebrating. You can't do that either.
I'm
also
pretty
illegal.
sure I've seen police cars doing that with them.
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah. So actually, when we've seen the parades and stuff, when they're doing the Christmas parades or Three Kings, there's police cars in that, and they're hooting their hoots.
Oh, well, maybe it's acceptable during a Christmas parade.
Or winning the Euros.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, just so you know, you're not supposed to do all of those things. So you can get fined. Not a lot, but you can get fined up to €200, I think it was. There was a phrase in the article that I thought was really good, that the horn is a safety device, not a communication tool. I thought that was put really well. Yes. So the point of the horn is obviously if a car is reversing into you, you need to horn to alert them, hello, I'm here, stop reversing type thing.
Did you know that in the UK, you're not allowed to use your horn after 11 o'clock at night?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, it used to be that way. I don't know if it still is, but it used to be.
But what if a car's reversing into you at 11:15?
You're going to have to say, oi.
Well, it's a bit of a stupid rule. Anyway, so if you're not sure what you're allowed to use your horn for and what you're not, have a look at this article on the Euro Weekly News. We've done it. It's nearly midnight, but we've done it.
Well done, us.
Well done, us. It's lovely to have you home. I've missed you.
You've missed my cable.
And your cooking. And you, my love. I hope you've enjoyed this week's episode. I'm so glad we could do it together and it wasn't just me. It is goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from her.